Welcome back. If you're interested in the stock market or investing and don't know where to start, then ROCX may be the best option for you. The new crowdfunding and stock exchange platform is set to go live on Monday with initial listings featuring companies in the health, high-tech, tourist attraction, and agribusiness. Let's take a look at it. Take a look.
It's a platform committed to bringing investors and businesses together, not only to provide capital, but also promote economic growth and opportunity. ROCX is the first licensed equity crowdfunding platform in the country. And according to Darcy Rahming Jr., Chief Technology Officer, the company was formed to solve a very old problem in a new way.
So what you have on the one hand is businesses that are growing, that are looking for financing so that they can go after new markets, new opportunities. And then on the other hand, you have people with excess cash that are looking for returns on that investment. And so what exchanges and ROCX do is they bring the two together in a regulated environment so that everyone's rights are protected.
But just how does it work?
Go to ROCX.com and all the information is there. You click for a founder, or for an investor. Sign up as an investor. The advantage of the website is we're trying to make things super accessible, super easy. The regulation is here to do this. The technology is finally here to do this. And so we've been able through implementing this to bring the costs, the barriers to entry down to $25. And so we're trying to make it super accessible so anyone can become an investor. It's no longer you need $5,000, $10,000, $50,000 to participate in the economy. You can become an owner for as low as $25.
And if you still have questions or concerns, the company has an information center to guide you through the process.
The purpose of these centers is to do some education on what markets are, how to be involved, of course, how to get people receive some training of how to use the app, but ultimately, once people are onboarded, we want people to be able to invest from anywhere. If they're at home, a new issuance comes out, they should be able to do the whole process from home.
On Monday, 2 companies will be coming to the public, and Rahming says it's an opportunity you don't want to miss. Sancheska Brown, Eyewitness News.
All right, joining me now in studio is ROCX Chief Technology Officer Darcy Rahming Jr. to talk more about this. Welcome back to the show. Good to have you, and congratulations in advance of Monday's launch.
Thank you for having me again.
Okay, so let's talk first of all, because I want to get an understanding of this one thing. Because when we talk about this kind of trading and financial services, people get nervous and say, oh, I don't understand it. It's too difficult. It's too technical. So let's break this down as to how the everyday, ordinary individual, Bahamian resident, can get involved and benefit. People may be sitting there saying, I don't know anything about this. I would like to get involved, but I don't understand it. What do you say to them?
Well, what I have to say is that everybody is an expert in something, and everybody can invest in something and be an investor. And what I suggest for people to do after you go to ROCX, sign up, is pick companies that you may have had some experience because you were an employee at one of those companies. So for example, you, Clint, you're an expert in media. So when a media company comes up, you'll probably be able to just say, that one's a winner, just intuitively, because it's what you know. And likewise, if you're a hotelier, you should be able to look at tourism-based industries, tourism-based companies, or if you're in restaurants, etc. So I suggest for people to start where you know, and then as time goes on, as you get educated, as you get more experience with markets and reading financial statements, all of that finance stuff, then you can venture into other companies. But start with where you know.
Are there advisors that will, if you have questions, to say, well, I know about so-and-so company, but is it a good investment? Are there people there who can give you advice or guide you as to what may be a sound investment, what may be a risky one?
That's a great question. So we, as the platform, do not give advice. So we can't tell you what is best for you in your financial financial status as it is right now. But what we can do is we can educate you on what the professionals look at and we've come up with a wonderful acronym. We call it a team that delivers magic. And so team stands for the executive, advisors, and management. So the people that are running this thing, have they done this business before? Have they existed in similar type roles? It's no sense you saying you want to have like a medical business and nobody on the company has done anything medical. Obviously, there's something wrong. So that's the team. The magic stands for M, stands for a market that's big enough. So how many customers, you have to be going after something big and exciting. A stands for access to that market. No sense saying that you're going to be selling into Africa and you can't open up a store in Africa.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense. G stands for growth of at least 10 times. All of the companies are looking to take this money and use it to grow, for expansion, to go after that market. And then I'm running out of fingers here. I stands for innovation. So it has to be something innovative, something new, something unique. And in business, it doesn't necessarily have to be technology to innovate, but you can innovate in many different ways. And then last thing, that C stands for corporate governance. And that's that structure that accountants and lawyers love to talk about and finance people. And basically what that means is that when you put your money into this investment, you have a way of getting it back out. And so it's that team with magic that all companies on the platform have.
Are these local companies or including international companies as well?
So these are local. The first two are local founders with international advisors. So they are local businesses that have the express interest of going global. So there's some exciting companies, and I can only speak to certain things. I'm limited in what I can say until Monday. But what I will say is that one is is a popular international food brand, and the other is a tourism technology company. And so on Monday at 9 a.m., you'll have all of the details. You'll even know who the people are, and you'll be able to, hopefully some of them will come on your show, Clint. You'll be able to ask them questions about their business, what they plan on doing. That's the purpose of crowdfunding platform.
Okay, so let's talk about crowdfunding. What is that?
So it basically is just, people are familiar with things like Kickstarter, and it's the same in the sense that you go out to the crowd through the internet. You're a business, you reach out to your customers. The difference is, this is called equity crowdfunding, which means you actually own pieces of the company. And how this developed was there was this really famous company called Oculus Rift. And people went out and they had this really cool goggles, virtual reality goggles. And they went out to their customers and they said, hey, we're going to sell you these goggles, $400. If you want some, you can get them early. People bought them, and they enjoyed the product. They loved it so much, and then Facebook came along and bought them for $1 billion. And the people who would supported them in the beginning were like, "Hey, I recognized that this was a great company to be a part of. Imagine if I had owned shares in this. Imagine if I was a part owner and Facebook came and bought it for $1 billion. I'd be rich." Well, instead you have some goggles. So equity crowdfunding fills that gap where before the internet, before cell phones, only really high net worth individuals were allowed to invest in startups like this. And now the regulations and the technology have arrived where anyone can participate.
Obviously, people who are knowledgeable about this will take advantage of this. They're probably excited and probably preparing themselves right now and deciding how much they're going to invest, who all they're going to invest in. What do you say to the first-time investor? There's a new person who's new to this, as far as what do you invest, how much do you invest? What advice do you give them?
I give them the advice that you have to start somewhere. Investing, financial literacy is a process. No one is born knowing anything about money. So if you know nothing, good. You're just like everybody else when they start. So take a look at the companies. Use that team with magic to guide your how you look at it. Start with a couple dollars, and then what ends up happening is over time you'll get better and better at picking these things. Experience will teach you your own personal strategy, your own appetite for risk. Everybody is actually very different in the way that they look at money and they treat money. So there is no right or wrong way. There is only a right or wrong way for you. But you have to start. You can't sit on the sideline complaining when these wonderful businesses get launched and you're just complaining, oh, you don't own anything. Well, now you have the opportunity. And that's what Arawak X is about, providing that opportunity.
Of course, Monday is the launch. Looking forward
Yes.
to that. What can we expect on Monday?
Monday, you're going to expect a different kind of ringing the bell. In the markets, ringing the bell means the opening of the markets. So that's what's about to happen. These two companies will be public. And so what I came on your show today to say is, please go to arawakx.com. This is the regulated financial space, which means we're going to need all of your KYC documents, which is your passport, your NIB card, driver's license, and proof of address. And if you are living with someone and you don't pay the bills, what you can do is you can get a letter from that person saying that you live there, and that counts as proof of address. So please get registered. That process of verifying who you are and making sure, because these are assets,
Right.
which means like a house, they have to be registered in your legal name. They can't be registered in your Twitter handle. So please go and do that, start that process, so over the weekend we can onboard you. So on Monday morning at 9 a.m., you'll be able to just subscribe and pay, and then the transaction will be complete. It'll be settled.
All right. DRC Rahming, it's always a pleasure to have you on the
Thank
show.
you for
And
inviting
all the
me on the
best.
show.
Congratulations on Monday.
Monday.
All right.